Denox Classics. Denox Live, Episode 107, Season 2, Denox Reviews Battletoads NES. Hello YouTube, this is DenoxSeries speaking once again, and today I'm gonna review which many said to be the hardest game of all time. This game is called Battletoads, which is developed by Rare. That's right, the same company that bought you Donkey Kong Country, GoldenEye 007, and Banjo-Kazooie. Back in the NES days, Battletoads was really big, and now I'll tell you why this game could possibly be the hardest game of all time, or the hardest NES game of all time. First, I'm going to explain how the story of this game starts. If you already know what Battletoads is all about, you should know that there are three of them. They're named Rash, Zitz, and Pimple. I wonder where they got those names from. The creators seem to have named them toads under bad skin condition, which sounds pretty interesting for the fact that they probably been through those conditions in order to have exaggerated amount of muscles. Kinda reminds me of the Ninja Turtles. So one day, one of the Battletoads named Pimple was cruising around space with his human girlfriend. Wait, so toads can be attracted by human girls instead of female toads? Okay. Anyways, while they were cruising along, minding their own business, they were suddenly eaten along with their ship inside a giant lion-like metal ship thingy, captured by the Dark Queen and taken to a nearby planet. And after the other toads found out later on that they were captured, both Rash and Zitz were hyped for action and immediately head their way to the planet where they were held captive to beat the living crap out of the Queen. Good luck with that. I'm not joking, you have a lot of fire in your hands. Now as soon as you start playing and land on that planet, you'll start with 3 lives and 6 life blocks each, and you'll already have enemies on your tail, so be alert at all times. This is basically a classic beat 'em up game like Ninja Turtles in Time and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on the Super Nintendo. But this beat 'em up separates the hardcore with the wannabe, because every course you go through during each level is exceptionally challenging, and you could die easily if you don't watch your back. The first level was easy for me, but after that, that's when things really starts to heat up. They can attack by extending their hands and feet 10 times their normal size to pawn any enemies that stand in their way, earning points for each hit you do to them, and they can sometimes steal weapons from enemies as well to use it against them. Enemies can also pop out of nowhere and instantly kill you at certain times, but this is nothing compared to what I'm about to say right now. In certain parts of a level, a group of small flies will come by you, and if you eat them, they will cover at least 1 life block, so I'm pretty sure you're always gonna need that. Now the difficulty in this game is insane. Once you get to the jet ski part, that's when you truly start to notice how precise you have to be in order to beat a level, cause if you fail to complete attacks, you'll have to start that part all over again. So game genies and save states are definitely recommended unless you're the king of video games. And there are tons of more obstacles like the snake with spikes and the underwater sewer filled with so much spikes it's not even funny, that will drive you insane and make you want to throw your NES, R4, or laptop out of the window. In many parts of the game, if you fail to press the button in a precise way and timing, then you're dead anyways. And to make matters worse, you only have a limit of 3 continues in this game, plus there are no saves or password feature there, so if you use up all your continues, you are very screwed, and you have to start the entire game all over again. Plus, don't think that if you play with a friend, you're hoping that the game will be easier, but you're dead wrong. If you think so, because it's even more harder due to the fact that most of the time your friends will get in the way of the action and might accidentally kill your own Battletoad. Talk about friendly fire, but in a game like this is just ridiculous. And for what I heard, there are only a few selected people in the entire gaming world that has actually beaten this game without no help, especially with the Game Genie. So very few witnessed the Dark Queen's defeat. Those reasons alone of what I just said mostly qualifies on being one of the hardest games of all time. As for the music, pretty decent I might say, not my most favorite but it's okay. And the graphics pretty nice for an NES game, but there's also a Genesis version of the game with better graphics and sound obviously, and from what I heard, the difficulty is more acceptable for an average player. Overall, this has got to be one of the best NES games out there despite the difficulty, and if you're a hardcore gamer looking for a true challenge and never played or heard this game before, I recommend you to try it out. You'll be having lots of fun repeating the same hard level hundreds of times out of frustration, but if you are determined, you wouldn't mind repeating the same level again until you beat it. It was one of Rare's first game and did a good job. The story is simple to understand, and the game's a lot of fun. And if you are watching this and are one of the people that actually beat this game with no help, then you are entitled to be called the King of Games. You deserve an annual Golden Award of the best gamer ever, and I'm not kidding around. Now to sum it up, I give this game a 9 out of 10. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check my other previous videos as well, and subscribe to the channel for more contents like this. And join our new Facebook community called the DenoxSeries Fan Club, where you can meet new people who are into tech, Nintendo, anime, amiibos, and related. See you there!